Boopsies, it's me, Tony Bomboni, ASMR, and welcome back to your ASMR video. So make sure you guys remember to subscribe if you want more daily content from me, and check me out on tonybomboni.com. The link's in the description below to my website where I offer tarot readings. I'm a psychic and I can do medium work where I channel ancestors that have passed on, and anything like past life readings, really anything, any question you have for me about love, about anything really. Go on tonybomboni.com and I can answer any and all questions you have, and I have 15-minute, 30-minute, and 1-hour long services that I can provide to you, okay? And they're kept private, anonymous, they're custom to fit your needs, okay? So, yes, the only time I ever ask for permission to post public on my YouTube channel is if you book the custom ASMR video, the personalized ASMR video session tab. Then I will ask permission, but you don't have to feel pressured by any means. Most people say, like 99% of the time, people say yes, you can post public on your YouTube channel. But I understand if you say no. So, but I will shout your first name out in the beginning of a video if you would like. When you book a 30-minute or hour-long session with me as a thank you for helping support the channel, to buy stuff like this to keep going, to produce daily content for you. So, yes, I'm going to be talking a little bit about my health in this video and making some sounds with some Christmas-themed objects. So, here we go with that one. And you guys like the pretty lights in the background, by the way? They're pretty. I showed them in one of my last videos, so go check that one out if you want to hear me make sounds with them and show them more. So just as a disclaimer, this video might trigger some people. It might be a little bit uncomfortable for you to hear, not so relaxing, what happened to me. So yeah, I'm gonna keep it super PG. Instead of the word B-L-O-O-D, that red stuff, yeah, that comes out of us, I'm gonna use the word just red. I'm just gonna say red, okay? So just a disclaimer so I don't freak people out. Just imagine it's like red frosting. I'll just say red frosting on a cupcake, like that. Like I'll just say frosting, okay? Red frosting. Yeah, so okay, so now that I've disclaimed that, I am gonna start. So just make some sounds while I talk. And tell you what happened lately. So if you haven't checked out my last health update video, go check that one out. Since you guys were curious and you asked if I went to go do my red frosting work. Yeah, I did. That was a horrible experience. I will explain. So before I explain that, so after my last update, I have found that my issue with my nerves kind of went away over time. It slowly kind of died down. Now there will be random little moments when I'm like sitting or lying down that my leg will feel like it's getting numb, or I can't feel it as much, but the little bruise or thing that was there, it's totally gone. It's like it just vanished. I don't know what happened to it, but maybe it's the affirmations I've been saying to my leg. Like, I don't know, but I've been saying some good thoughts to my body and like sending it health and healing and well-being. And maybe it's your prayers too. I don't know. I know praying for someone is powerful. It does work. I do believe it in the power of prayer. I do believe God can work miracles on a person. But yeah, I did go to the physician, the doctors, And the doctor explained everything very well. They told me to stretch more, like every couple hours while working, to just take breaks and stretch while working, especially if I'm doing long hours, because some days I do a lot of long hours, you know. So I'm gonna just make sounds sometimes. I'm gonna mostly talk though, but so I'm not like distracting you. But yeah, so they did my basic physical exam. They did the heart rate, you know, the thing they clamp onto your finger. They did the blood pressure cuff. That was normal, totally normal, boringly normal. Weight, BMI, normal, like, yeah. Everything was just normal, right? You know, she did like a pain test, like, they do where, you know, they kind of do this, like, they just go over your body and like, kind of like compressions and grab onto like your leg and stretch it and move it. Nothing hurt the abdomen, you know, apply pressure there, nothing really bothered me. You know, so it kind of makes me want to do a doctor role play now, like an updated one. But yeah, I was just maybe a little on edge or slightly nervous. I don't know, a lot of things. I've been getting on my nerves lately, like, you know, sometimes I'll feel like the eye strain thing still if I'm like, after I'm done crying a lot, or if something like severely stressed me out, you know, I'll feel it more. But yeah, it's like, I don't know why that happens, but that's, I guess, rare nowadays. It's not really a big deal, like, it's not so bothersome as before, but like the big issue for me was now the nerves in the legs. So I like, if you need an update, I was having like pins and needles, prickly kind of feeling in my hands and feet after some time, and that was like maybe 2 or 3 weeks ago at this point. And it's mostly gone now. Like, yeah, once in a while when I'm sitting, I'll feel like a little something on the bottom of my foot, or, you know, I'm pretty convinced it was either stress or pinched nerve, because someone actually had left a comment on that video saying that they had same thing, same symptoms, and it went away after like several months, a few months. And it was just after a very stressful situation, and I'm like, aha, that makes sense, because I had a very stressful thing happen to me in private weeks ago, and I just was like, not okay. And it compounded though. It was like compiling, and it just kept boiling over, and I kept ignoring it until I was like, okay, I need to stop addressing this or talking about this. So that was like what it was that triggered it, oddly enough. I think, in my opinion, I really don't know. It could be other health issue. I don't know. So they did a basic physical exam, took my basic intake and stuff like that, and then I left and then scheduled an appointment for another week out for the red frosting work. Okay, I'm only gonna say it once, the word blood work. Okay, so yes, we're gonna call it red frosting, right? And then I went to that appointment. I couldn't eat up to 8 hours before, so I basically didn't eat actually like more like 12 hours before, you know, because the last thing I ate was like 10:30 at night, maybe a snack, and then I went to bed, and then I woke up, went to the appointment. I think what I should have done is I should have set the alarm for later, woken up and just go directly there so my blood sugar doesn't crash. Y'all, I started feeling weak. I have to have my breakfast in some way, like if it's a bagel, a muffin, I have to have something, you know, eggs. I can't just start my day. I don't know how people skip breakfast. It's beyond me. Good for you if you can pull it off and do it and stay healthy, but I cannot. No, I have to eat a lot to maintain my health. So basically, I go there like feeling frail. By the time I sit in the chair, I'm like, I don't really feel good. I feel kind of weak. And she told me to like calm down, like relax, you know. And I was propped in the chair. I wish they would have laid me back because, child, by the time they took my red frosting, it wasn't painful. It was just, I literally almost passed out. It was my first time doing that. I started going like, and I started tilting my head down. I was like, I don't feel good. Like, I could hardly talk. I was like, you know that new meme with like the wrinkled, shriveled up plankton face? The guy goes like, That's exactly how I looked and how I felt. Like, literally. I must have went pale. Like, I remember seeing myself in the mirror after. I was like, whoa, Casper the Ghost, is that you? Like, I was pale, right? So, the life just left me, and they had to take 2 vials of frosting. I'm sorry. For some of y'all, this video's not for you, child. I'm sorry, but, because they had to test for other things, so by the time she did the second one, I was gone, y'all. Like, I almost was gone. Like, I don't know. I must be very much stronger than I look because, like, I was holding on. I was, like, trying so hard not to pass out. I was, like, just maintaining focus. You'll be okay. And she thought at first it was because I was nervous. No, it's because I didn't eat. My blood sugar was low, and I was about to pass out, y'all. So, apparently, men, it's more common for men, young men specifically, to have this issue. This is why you need to be lied back when you do it. So next time, if ever, I hope I never have to do this ever again, I will ask them to lie me back because, y'all, I almost just passed out, okay? And the look changed on their face right away. Like, they got me the help I needed, right? I guess they gave me some like cotton ball thing to smell. It smelled kind of like alcohol, and I guess it helped me come back a little bit, you know, so I don't fully pass out. So yeah, that was scary. It was probably the second worst feeling I've ever felt. The first worst was when I was in the hospital for like 2 days, and I had like horrible stomach pain for like 5 days straight. It was like the worst pain ever imaginable, like going into labor on crack, right? Like, worst pain. That's probably the worst I ever felt. But this was, I would say, the second worst. So not to scare people from getting frosting work done, but if you are a male between the ages of 18 and 35, I think it was, have them lie you back, okay? And yeah, please eat like 8 hours before. Don't wait 12 plus hours, especially if you have blood sugar issues. Chill. So, yeah, that was a lesson learned. They say 12 hours, but mine said 8, so I don't know. I did 12 just to be safe, but I hope that doesn't make the results off a little. But they said, like, you can have, like, a piece of toast and black coffee if you really can't take it. But I didn't do that because, again, I didn't want anything to alter my results. Because online it says you shouldn't have toast. Some things say you can, so I just didn't want to risk it and have to do that crap again. So, it's my favorite candle. It's vanilla bean Knoll. I love it so much. It smells so good. You can tell I love it. I burned through so much of it. Oops, that was loud. So, after that, I still actually have the mark. I don't know if you can see it, but there's like a little red veins pop out like crazy, but like for some reason she struggled. She was like poking I know that triggers some people too, I'm sorry. She was like tapping with her nail on my arms, and that already was getting on my nerves, and she was pressing, and I was like, I was already cringing, so that probably was what made me almost pass out too. I can look back and laugh because I probably look so funny to her because she was laughing too, like trying to like brush it off. But like, you know, I was not in a laughing mood then. But yeah. So, guys, so moving on. So the worst part, the cringiest part of this video is over. Again, I deeply apologize if you get grossed out. I'm so sorry about that. But, basically, after that, my mom and brother were there, thankfully, so they were like helping relax me, calm me down. My mom was like, "Ooh, you're probably anemic." I was like, but it's funny because like some of it I don't even remember because I almost passed out, so it's like foggy. It's crazy. Maybe I did pass out a little. Oh, I hope not, because some things are foggy. I don't know. But y'all, yeah, I am probably a little anemic because I am sensitive to the cold at times, and I do get low blood sugar sometimes. I get kind of like faint and weak when I don't eat, you know, and I get dizzy sometimes. So yeah, I wouldn't be surprised. So now I had to schedule an appointment. It was going to be on Hanukkah, but my boyfriend celebrates Hanukkah, so I didn't want it to be on that day, so I scheduled for afterwards. So I'm going to go right before New Year's Eve, and hopefully all results are good. Fingers crossed, prayers. I still ask for prayers no matter what, that everything will be fine. The test will pass with flying colors, and yeah, because, you know, that would suck to just keep going back, you know. It'll be my third time going to the doctors this month, so it's like, you know, no one really wants to go do that. But I'm grateful it's free. Thank God for health insurance, you know. Like, I really am grateful for that. You know, I'm just focusing on gratitude at this point. I'm focusing on everything that I should be grateful for. And I think that's probably also healing me as well, you know. And I'm trying not to stress, you know. It's not worth to stress anymore about anything, really, you know. It's not worth your health and well-being, you know. You gotta take care of you. And yeah, so I'm really grateful. A lot of people were giving me answers of what it could be, and I'm really appreciative of that. I just hope they don't say anything crazy. You know, but I'm trying to let go of the fear and aspect of it, and I don't think I need physical therapy because, again, my issue's mostly gone after like stretching every morning. I notice my issue's just gone. Like, I haven't drove somewhere for like, how long? I don't remember. Like an hour and a half straight. I didn't have the numbness anymore even while driving, versus like 3 weeks ago. So 2 or 3 weeks ago. So yeah, I don't think that's necessary. I really don't know. But I was too afraid to exercise, though. I think I might try to finally exercise again this week, just to see, and then stretch before. I always have a bad habit of not stretching before exercising, so I need to work on that more. I need to remind myself to take it easy, you know, slow down sometimes, because I'm not 14 anymore. I'm running around still like I'm 14. I'm 30, you know, and it's not old. It's still considered a young adult. But it's like, yeah, your body changes, your body adjusts, your body can't do the same even exercises you used to do, so you gotta tone it down in some ways. And everyone's body is different. It always feels like every time I try to be like perfectly physically fit or maintain like perfect like physical physique and stature, something always happens to slow me down, whether it's like dizziness or I'm not eating enough or stress or this thing now, or like I get horribly ill or something, like it's just like always something like holds me back from that. I don't know, like maybe I was overdoing it. I don't think once a week is overdoing it at all. I do walk a lot. I do love to walk a lot. So maybe just tone it down and do that and biking instead. I don't know. Like, this is why I need to try and experiment with different things. But look, there are no mistakes, just happy accidents. So, maybe that's trying to tell me something. Like, don't push it. Don't force yourself to do things you cannot do, because not everyone can maintain for the longest years, for year after year after year, maintain a busy schedule, try to maintain as best as my ability a social life, and like working all the time and just exercising and just going places, like it's after a while, it's a lot, you don't have to keep doing all that, you don't have to always be so extra, so I think social media makes us that way. Social media forces us to be like that, and we see people with like perfect, gorgeous bodies, and we're like, oh, we want to be like that, and that's not realistic. Even people will tell you, like they sprayed oil on their chest, flexed, and that was after they didn't eat and they did a workout. Like, nobody looks like that. That's not natural, I mean, some people, it's rare, but like genuinely do, but most of that is fake, like when a man is not flexing. I mean, I've seen men's bodies, you know what I mean? Like even men that look like really good and who are like they have a lot of money to maintain their diet and their exercise, and they go every other day. They did not look like that. They looked as close to it, but like when you're not flexing, like no man looks like that, even women, like you're not gonna always look like that one picture that model took, and you don't know what they went through, what surgery they did, or what steroidal injections they take to look like that, so it's so fake, most of them, and I mean, you're very lucky if you naturally look like Megan Fox, you know what I mean? But like, it's just, and even to that, she wore a lot of makeup and hair, wig, extensions, lashes, like, it's just too much, So I think people also feel self-conscious, like, I'll be honest with you, like, lately I've been kind of like butthurt because I've always been told I look so young, but lately, ever since I turned 30, and I told people I turned 30, I can't believe that was even over 3 months ago, gosh. Everyone's been saying like, oh my god, I feel so old. I can't believe you're 30. I'm like literally every comment has been like, oh wow, that was fast. Like, you age quickly, or like, oh wow, senior Bomboni. I'm like, so lately I've been a little self-conscious with that. Like, I'm not old. I actually feel younger than ever before, which is funny. I used to feel old in my 20s, but now I feel actually the opposite. And it's funny how that works, but, yeah, but I guess, because of that pressure, the ageism and the pressure, people are forcing themselves to wear red bottom heels and tight skirts and makeup and, go to the gym every day. It's for who and for what, right? Yes, it's good to eat healthy and be exercise and be fit and whatever. But do it for you, and do it because it makes you feel good in your body. Like, honestly, sometimes exercise doesn't even make me feel good, and that's maybe my warning sign. Like, maybe I shouldn't overdo it, because there'll be weeks I do like a long bike ride, 2-hour workout, and then I go swimming, and then I go for a long walk in the woods for like 3 miles. So like, I don't need to that sometimes too. I look on the scale and I'm like, oh my god. Like, I start to freak out if I start getting above like 136, you know. I'm like, oh my gosh. And then I start seeing like my belly more and I'm like, oh my gosh, you know, I start freaking out. So I try to maintain like 132 to 135. It's like my ideal perfect physique, I would say. But like, again, for who and for what, right? You know, like, I guess, I don't know, like, my partner is happy regardless how I am, which is great and rare. But I mean, obviously they have their preferences, but like, again, I have to continue to be happy with how I am. I've been up to like 153 at one point, you know, but that was mostly muscle, so who's to say weight defines how you look, you know. And I could aspire to look like that again, but then I was damaging my stomach because I was overeating, and then I lost all that weight and it was back to the 130s. I was even down to 125 after getting GERD. So like I said, even GERD stopped me from workouts. Like, there was so much, the anemia, the GERD, like, there was so much that happened. Even my eye issues at one point, I was like, I thought maybe I was straining my eyes by working out because I don't know, maybe I pulled an eye muscle, I don't know. So like, so much has tried to hold me back from working out that is crazy. And then I started getting like a little jealous or resentment that how come guys can go to the gym and then I can't just do that and without always some issue, you know? So I kind of stopped, and I stopped for like a month, and here we are now. But it's not my first time stopping for a month. I feel like we also need to take a break sometimes from exercise because it's important to our health. Like, we can't always be on the go, you know. But I guess I'm just rambling now at this point. You find what works for you and what makes you happy, you know. And you don't need to force yourself to do anything or to change if you're not ready. But as long as you're trying and putting some effort, you know, then do that. I always heard like 20 minutes a day is better than nothing. You know, I think I might just maybe try that for a month straight as a challenge for myself instead of like 1 hour every week or 2 hours every week. You know what I mean? So that way I'm not straining my body and I'm adjusting and I'm getting my body used to that exercise, you know? So like, I can train one part of my body one day, one part another day, you know what I mean? So that way it's all balanced. But right now, I'm still doing my 30-day gratitude journal challenge where I write 11 things that I'm grateful for every day. So far I'm on day 25 out of 30, I think. So that's like 300 things written down. And it does change your outlook. You know, it makes you find solutions, not issues. And I think after that challenge is done, I might do the 20 minutes a day exercise challenge. And that's great. I heard it's great to do in the morning. So I'll maybe try that instead. And I love listening to like motivational messages while I'm working out too. Sometimes music as well. That gets me going. And I feel like that, you know, maintains my health too, because that helps me maintain a good outlook. And it contributes to my happiness. So maybe something I tell you helps you and you can relate. So let me know maybe what you try, what your experiences are. I definitely don't go to the gym. I don't like smelling other people's sweat. Not my thing. And people are showing there's like shrooms growing under certain exercise equipment. It's just nasty for me. So I'd rather just work out at home, and that's what I do. I just use my own body weight and dumbbells. That's it. And I do every possible exercise you can think of using both. And it's worked for me. I feel like I look very good for my age. Not to boast. But I tried for a very long time with change in diet and consistency. And I'm happy, but like, you know, I wish I could still do a little more. Maybe get a little more muscle mass. I've always struggled. Maybe it's a condition where I just don't grow muscle as fast. I find like guys just do like 5 reps and they're ripped. I'm like, how the do you do that? I have to do 50 reps and I'm still not ripped. So there must be something wrong with me. I don't know. But regardless, guys, thank you for watching. I hope you enjoyed, and I will see you all very, very soon. Bye.